Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm in Nimes, France, with some Carte Noire Cappuccino. I actually had a sip of this before. Yeah, I didn't like it. I'm redoing the video. Yeah, I got some chocolate croissants with me. Yeah, I'll show you guys the view. Actually, I'll put it in, but I'll use the backwards camera to show you. Anyway, Nimes is a little bit overcast today. Might rain, but I'm all for it. It's not like completely boiling, which is nice. Yeah, but I'm not complaining about the weather, you know. Because when I go back to Sydney, it might not be as nice, and can't take it for granted. Anyway, with this drink, we'll get into it. So I did have a sip already, so I already know what I'm gonna say about it. Yeah, it's like a not so nice, like sourish kind of like milky kind, not bland, milky taste and coffee taste and all kind of like blends and a little bit chocolatey, but it's not that nice. And there's just like a sweetness over the top of it. I don't like it at all. But the problem is, actually said this just before, the problem is this is more expensive than the energy drinks, but I just don't really want an energy drink. They got tons of energy drink options, just like 2 iced coffee options that are kind of small and taste like shit. It is what it is. We'll get through it. Anyway, yeah, later today, no, out of 10, I'm giving it a 4. Not that nice. 3.5 actually. 3.5. I'm not liking it at all. Yeah, hopefully in the video you can see it's like a tower over there, in this botanical gardens. So I'm gonna go to that, go up the tower, botanical gardens, and there's like a big amphitheater that Nimes is known for. So I'll do that as well. So basically I had just almost 6, actually it was 6 hours, it was like a 6-hour bus drive yesterday. 1 full day here and a 6-hour bus ride tomorrow to Nimes. To Barcelona from Nimes. So yeah, this day will kind of just be like as much walking as I can in between those 2 long bus journeys. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. And I wasn't actually really supposed to go to Nimes. My dad recommended Arles, which is nearby and very similar, has like a Roman amphitheater, but I think it's like a little bit more historic. And like Van Gogh was there when he was painting. But I couldn't get there on buses and the trains were expensive. But then all these travelers told me to go to like Aix-en-Provence or something, which is kind of nearby as well. And that looked pretty poppin'. But the reason I didn't was because that would mean it's actually like a 12-hour bus ride, I think, or 11-hour bus ride to Barcelona. And I was not ready to do that. Although I did have an overnight bus ride in Italy, and now looking back, it wasn't that bad. It was so cheap. So I could do that again. Yeah. So the next video will probably be in Barcelona. Oh fuck, I actually wanted to say this in a video edited in Lyon, I just never said it. I want to go over some food that I ate in Lyon. Fuck, did I do? I don't think I did. I went to 2 places, like properly places. One called George's Brasserie, whatever. I'll put a picture of that in. And that's supposed to be like a kind of like very famousy kind of like cliquey place that tourists go. But apparently it's like you should go there when you go to Lyon. So I went there. Did some like kind of like set menu thing. The entree was like some like meat, like terrain thing. It was whatever. It was okay. But they gave me a big jar of pickles, pretzels, and bread with it. And that was all just free. That was pretty nice. Then the main, I got mash, and I'll put pictures of all the food in. I'll still explain it to you guys. I got like mash and a pork and pistachio sausage, and that had no flavor. The sauce had flavor in that dish. Nothing else had flavor, so it wasn't that nice. There was like some big chocolate fondue thing at the end. And honestly, it was actually too big. It was way too rich. I was kind of sick of it at the end, but I ate the whole thing, you know. But I was gonna say that place, honestly, I wouldn't go back to it all. It was like, everyone was like, yeah, you have to go there at least once. I wouldn't go there once. Or at least maybe I shouldn't have got the set menu. Because they also did steak, beans, and chips for the same price as the set menu. But basically I chose the set menu because it just sounded like there'd be more food, so I got to kind of experience more. Honestly, probably more was less at that place for sure. And then the second restaurant I went to was I asked a guy at the hostel, one of the staff, like, where would you recommend, like a bussin, which is supposed to be like a traditional kind of place to eat, and he recommended one. He recommended one, and the other worker also recommended one, and he said this is where French people go, she said that's more where tourists go, so I'll go where the French people go. And I had the dish of the day, which was actually 13 euros, but then with the dessert it was 18 euros, it was quite cheap. For bussins for sure, no, it was really cheap. And then when the food came out, it was like a bowl of like mac and cheese and the whole thing of like roast pork. And it was the best mac and cheese I've ever had. Because I've had mac and cheese get kind of bland. But with that whole thing of pork, it was just delicious. Fuck. It was so big, I could hardly finish it. Yeah, shout out Lucas Kelly as well for mac and cheese. God, you know, I've never really been mac and cheese master. I've never really been a fan of mac and cheese myself until this eye-opening experience. And the hardest part is, you know, I don't know if I'll ever be able to have it again because it was the dish of the day. What if that day just never comes again, you know? God forbid. And then the dessert was like some like lemon meringue kind of thing, which is really nice. Although they were kind of too big to put in your mouth, but you couldn't, like, they were so tough to break in half. So I ended up having to just put them in my mouth and looking a little funny. But honestly, I'll put that place in as well. It was like Bouchon, I don't know, d'Art or something. That place was amazing. I would recommend you guys go there for sure. It was so good. I'm so glad the staff put me onto that.
This is the Roman amphitheater in Nimes. It was really cool to visit. Yeah. They're actually doing a show later, like that night. That's why that moon is there. It's just from the top. That's Frankie. Yeah, so there was some show afterwards.